The Trump administration is warning that it will withhold money for administering SNAP food aid for 22 Democratic-led states until they provide information about people receiving assistance. Attorney Brian Kopp joins me now to talk more about the legality of this. Brian, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. So a San Francisco-based federal judge has barred the administration from collecting information from these 22 states. Can the Trump administration legally withhold these types of funds? Do we know the answer to that?
Well, that's what I think ultimately we're going to find out.
Yeah.
If you followed this, there's been different rulings, especially during the shutdown. Primarily whether or not first the administration could withhold administrative funding, meaning they were given the money for the benefits, but not money to the state to dole it out and deal with the administration of it. Now we're in a brave new world, which is we have a passed program being passed by Congress. And they're saying if you do not give us information, you're not complying with the terms of what's being granted by the federal government. So I think we're in for a real fight here.
So how far do presidential powers go in relation to what benefits have been passed and funded by Congress?
Well, you know, it's funny because I think over the last couple years we have seen the limits of presidential power being pushed and tested and challenged in courts. No matter which side of the political fence you're on, presidential powers is supposed to have limits just like congressional powers are. How far they can go in this, I think the Supreme Court and the makeup of the Supreme Court could have a huge impact on that.
If the funds are held, is there, I'm guessing there is a legal process for these states to try to get them back?
Yeah, if you followed it, I mean, this is coming through the Department of Agriculture, if I believe. So I would believe that the state funding starts with the grant to the department and then the department to the state. I'm by no means an expert on that. So I would assume if the funding is stopped, then you'll go in for what is, like we saw in the other one, injunction actions at district court levels by the states.
The administration is saying that the data they're collecting is used to try and spot fraud, right?
Yes.
Is there enough barrier here, or is there a high enough barrier here to restrict these states' SNAP funding?
Well, at a common sense level, I mean, none of us want to pay tax to fund a program where people are collecting illegally. So on its face, it's there. Whether or not that's just a means by which to stop it or there's credible data behind it. I mean, if you listen to the government, that's what they're seeking, meaning the president. If you listen to the states, they're saying we've provided you enough.
Monday morning, Agricultural Secretary Brooke Rollins posted that they're going to be reviewing all USDA programs to ensure that only legal citizens receive benefits. Can non-citizens and illegal immigrants receive SNAP benefits?
Well, I'm not quite sure on that because I don't know what the parameters of the SNAP benefits are, but I think it's good to audit how these programs are there, whether it's done in a legal manner, meaning you can stop the funding before the audit's complete. Be a real interesting legal question.
President Trump's also singling out that these Democratic-led states as an issue. Does targeting these states, does that, because of political affiliation with Democratic-led states, does that become a legal issue?
Well, I think it taints the process. You know, in any legal process, you talk about bias. Is somebody telling you the truth, or do they have a reason to be untruthful with you? I think just the politically charged atmosphere and the way it's only blue states or it's only red states, depending on which side of the equation you're on, I think that's what creates this sense of paranoia about it.
What will you be looking for as we move forward?
I think that, you know, from a lawyer, the Supreme Court analysis of these issues, tariffs, war powers, these are things that you'll study in law, or law schools will study for years to come because they'll redefine the limits of presidential and congressional power.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Brian Kopp, as always, thank you, sir.
Good seeing you.
Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Good seeing you.